Cheers, boys. To the revival.
The revival
is back, baby.
I'm PlatinumBro, also known. Well, no, scratch again. I'm Lewis. What is going on? Welcome to the Platinum Podcast. We are back on our own channel for Series 2. I'm Lewis, also known as PlatinumBro. I'm joined by Steve, Vaultboysteve, and Joel, Guyfarruski. How's it going, boys? Are you happy to be back?
It's good to be out of a closet for a start.
I don't agree.
I don't agree either. You were doing well in there.
Definitely agree, especially since I was deprived from any drinks for 24 hours. And I just heard the rift over and over and over again.
Welcome to Wild Rift. Steve, happy to be back?
I'm absolutely over the moon to be back.
We
had amazing times filming these.
We have, yes. And it's been 8 months, 9 months.
It's been too long.
It has been too long since we've just sat on a couch or in a call and just talked absolute nonsense, which is what we're going to do today.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump straight in to the topic, which is going to be a little bit of a covering of the past 8 months, which is we're going to talk about how we each feel about platinum trophies, trophy hunting right now, because you go through changes all the time. We all change as people. 8 months is a long time in a hobby, and I think we've all probably changed a little bit. And I will extend it to either of you to explain how you feel about trophy hunting and platinum trophies and all that good stuff.
I'll go first. I've definitely dropped off the radar a bit of trophy hunting. I think I took that task of doing the backlog, and I think it's finally got to me. Like, I've missed out on a lot of games. I've just been playing like games that I've already played, so it's nothing really new. Just getting frustrated and just losing patience.
When was the last platinum trophy you actually earned?
It was... I can't actually remember. I can't remember what the game was.
That long.
Oh, it was Monster Hunter World. I think that's what did it, actually. So that was a long grind.
So that was like, we're in August of 24 now. So
Yeah.
when did you actually get that platinum?
June, I'd want to say.
It's only 2 months.
Yeah, but it was getting the plat. Because fair enough, I popped it in June, but I played it. When did we start playing it? Last year?
Very early, yeah. It was
last
a long
year,
time.
Last year I started playing it. I was just playing it on the background whilst doing other things. Like, I platinum an Anthem as well, which wasn't a great experience.
That was definitely...
So then it was just like from a bad, grindy, buggy experience to then go to like a full-on grind. Don't get me wrong, I say it on the video, Monster Hunter World for that genre is like uncanny. It does it well, but it's just how long it takes. And I made mistakes on the way as well. Maybe I should have done a few things that would like reduce the grind, but still, it was just it just burnt me out.
How long?
350 hours, I think.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, I don't think I'm completing that game for
I
the
think
platinum. It's not worth it.
It's not the game that I've spent most time on, but I think it's the game that I've spent most time doing the exact same thing for the longest.
Kind of like the game, it was so punishing, it felt like it's the longest game you've played.
It was just going into quests, measuring a monster, coming out of quests, and that was until I figured that out. Before I figured that out was going into a quest, killing the monster, and then not getting the crown. Like, these fights are like 20 minutes long, so it was just constant and constant and constant. And now I think I'm on the mindset that I'm just going to platinum what I want and just leave what I don't want behind. Or maybe just have it in the background and just, like, if I want to pick it up, whenever I pick it up, I'll pick it up. But if not, then I'll just leave it.
Yeah, because imagine doing that grind for a game you actually hated. Like, I know you're saying that Monster Hunter World is a great game. It's just, it's an unnecessary, unfair platinum.
Yeah, it's too much RNG. It's too long. Just like, even like the loading screens and stuff and getting into it. It's like, it's not terrible loading screens, but when you're doing it, like when you're going in and out of quests like 10 times in a row because you've not got the right size monster, it chips away at your patience.
It just drains your willpower.
Yeah.
To the point where even I'm not doing it anymore. It's just not worth it.
And you wanted to do Iceborne.
It was someone else who wanted to do Iceborne. I was like, I don't want to play this game at all. It's like,
no way.
it's fun, but not to this level of grind for the platinum, which is like, no, I'd rather just enjoy it and just leave it now.
Yeah.
So you're saying you're at the point now where you only want to platinum games
that I enjoy. Pick it up. If I like it, I'll go for the platinum. If it's not like... I want to platinum Hollow Knight just because I like the challenge, and I think it's going to be a game that I'll enjoy. But if I get to a point where I'm thinking, what am I doing, and I'm not enjoying it, then I'll drop it. Just move on. Life's too short.
It is.
Life's too short. I've been working on this backlog for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And it's never ended. I've still got like 10 games left.
Yeah. And some people never get it.
It's just like, nah.
You still haven't finished Elden Ring.
I know. I'm going for all that footage as well.
How far from the plat are you now?
I'm pretty close, I think. Like, everything's in Ash now.
Right. You're very close to the end then.
Yeah.
You're probably like 3 boss fights.
Yeah.
You're like three or four away.
I think I've got like 1 NPC guy. It's probably not spoilers at this point. Everyone's like played it at this point. So I think I've got the NPC guy that's got like the Sauron helmet.
I can't cover my ears.
Then after him, it's the that Viking guy.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name. And then it's the final boss, isn't it?
It was 2 stages, yeah. So you have
But
3.
I might do the DLC before I actually finish the game. Because that's usually what I do with FromSoft games. I did it with all of them. So Dark Souls 1, I did the DLC and then I finished the game. Same with Dark Souls 3. Same with Oh no, I didn't do Bloodborne. So I think I'll do it with Elden Ring.
So with all those changes in mind, like how many platinums have you earned this entire year so far? I mean, 8 months in.
2?
2.
2.
I'd say I'm the same.
2 or 1?
I think I'm on about 7 or 8 because I did a lot early on in January, March. I think I got like 2 a month up until May, so maybe I'm about 9.
Soul brag.
Yeah,
Soul
no big
brag,
deal.
yeah.
But, I'm kind of a big deal.
It's a bit blasphemous to a lot of people watching probably because they're like, we're known for running platinums, now it's like 2 platinums, like 8 or 9. It's a drop in the amount, but I'd say the quality's probably higher.
Well,
We've been enjoying ourselves more.
What I say to that is, get a life.
It's just brutal.
You told yourself in the mirror here.
Yeah. The mirror's over there, mate.
Yeah,
I have to move a bit.
Yeah.
What about you, Steve? How are you feeling about platinum trophy hunting these days?
I feel like I finally matured now as a platinum hunter. Because 2 platinums for me in 8 months is drastically low. And of course, one of them was Helldivers, which we all loved. It was a beautiful co-op shooter to play.
Fantastic.
It's brilliant. You still play it if you haven't played it, get it now. And if it wasn't for me going back to Planet Coaster, because I've got a slight roller coaster obsession, I wouldn't have got another one either. It was just, that was a game I wanted to play. I played it about 10-15 hours past the platinum point. I wasn't thinking about trophies, I just got it generally.
So what's your mindset then?
It's more of a case of now, like, we all go through phases, right? We all start off getting to the hobby. We're like, yeah, we like these trophies. Ooh, dopamine, nice. Then we go, ooh, we're going to get a bit more hardcore with it. Join the forums, get on PSMP, the horrible website, and do other things. And then we're like, yeah, now we're properly boosting with people. We're getting really into this, comparing your percentages. You're just getting really into the details.
Okay.
And that's like your peak.
Getting banned.
Yeah, banned in your case.
That's
you know,
like the neck. That's
all
like
that
the
cheating.
elite level of trophy hunting. That's the end goal. The end goal is to get banned from PSMP.
Yeah, and then your life's troubles are over.
Yeah.
But yeah, you go through that stage and you kind of like go through a few burnouts, you taper off a bit, you get back into it. But I think at this point now, you've gone from like playing the game thinking like, because I mean, let's face it, when you're all at your peak, a lot of people are like, do I want to play this game and put it on my profile because have I got it in me to go through this grind or this difficulty for the platinum? And it might stop you playing the game you actually really like. And I've got completely past that now where I've launched games over the past 8 months just to play them for like an hour or two, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really like that game, I'm leaving it. I don't care about the trophies on my system at all, and I'm only like Joel going to truly go for it if I'm actually A, truly enjoying it, and B, it doesn't matter if I'm enjoying it anyway. If it's a game like say like Dragon Age Inquisition, that's the latest one, right? That one I've heard good things about, I've heard bad things about it. Either way, I know the platinum is quite a grind.
Yeah, you have to beat the game on like the hardest difficulty.
It's a long game.
And like the beginning stages is hard. Like you're kind of forced to play as a mage because if you play as any other class, you're vulnerable to getting hit more.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of like lock yourself onto being a mage if you want to get it done the easiest way you can. Which again, it's like you're not really playing the game the way you want to. You're kind of being forced to play the game to get the platinum quicker.
Which is another thing we always hate, because we're playing these games thinking, oh yeah, I can play the games for fun or whatever, but then you kind of like, I want to kind of maximise this platinum run to reduce the amount of times I'm going to have to play it and reduce the hours, which then forces you to play a game the way you don't want to play it. And that's where you're literally taking your freedom as a player and creativity out of the game, and you're playing it as a guide person suggests on a forum. And yeah, you might get the platinum faster, but it's going to heavily impact your enjoyment. And I was sick of that, having to look up a guide, being like, I'm going to have to potentially get spoiled in some games cases so you can make backup saves at certain points. It was just sapping a lot of the fun out of it.
Mate, do you remember us like getting them Anthem collectibles using
Oh
the guides?
no, that was horrible, man.
Yeah, so like since the last episode of the podcast was December of last year, we all did Anthem together.
Yeah.
and it was rough.
It was rough.
Again, we had a good time together, didn't we, doing the story to start with?
Yeah, we did.
Playing around with the javelins, messing about. And then what, like 10, 25 hours in, just hits you like a brick wall. There's just nothing to do other than doing the same 5 levels over and over again, hoping you get a certain weapon to drop for a certain javelin, so you can actually max out all the weapons and max out the javelin. Yeah, it was pretty grim, that Platinum. Pretty grim.
It was brutal.
I think that's probably the turning point for all of us, I think.
You can only take it so much.
Yeah,
Each game grinds you down a bit, and then you eventually go for like the metamorphosis of, you know what, I like hunting trophies, I like getting platinums, but I'm only doing it for the games I actually care about now. And I'll play the rest, enjoy them, because again, you can play a game, Inquisition, whatever, you can play it, you can enjoy it, but then if you go back and do the platinum, some people will be fine with it, other people, that's going to ruin that game for them and sour it to the point where they don't like it anymore.
Well, I remember you said to me on a call recently, Steve, like a week ago, give or take, that if you don't platinum the games you don't like, it means that the games, when you look at your trophy list, the games you have platinumed, it actually shows like a sign of respect to those games, that you actually enjoyed them, rather than just having a platinum for everything and then looking through and being like, hated that, oh, it was pretty good, but then I hated that one. So now it's just like, I can tell the ones I didn't like by not finishing them.
Agreed. That's why I said years ago as well, I always used to say the platinum is like your ultimate love letter to a developer. That you enjoyed their game that much, you're going to go through the effort of doing all the extra stuff or the hard stuff or the grind to get a platinum. So like Lewis says, as we spoke about, if you're just going through every single game and getting the platinum, at that point, is it special anymore? Is that platinum something like to be, ooh, this is on a pedestal, like I've earned that platinum? It's like, no. So if you get the games you truly love to a platinum state, you know you've really enjoyed it. It's a sign that you respect the game, you love it, and you enjoyed the process.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, it's like if you have 3 kids, the middle kid is always the favourite, right?
Aren't they always the least favourite?
Are they?
Yeah.
I thought the oldest one was the least favourite.
No, they're the firstborn.
They're the firstborn.
No, I think
Then you got the baby.
the youngest one is the
Favourite, but the first is the firstborn, the middle one.
The middle's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Like, so the platinum trophy at this point is the middle child for me.
Agreed.
So what's the firstborn and what's the younger child?
The firstborn is just playing a great game, like The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
And then the newborn is not being a game that I haven't played yet, but I know it's going to be good, like Spider-Man 2.
Fair.
So how about you, Lewis? You
All
drank
right.
a lot of beer now. It's time for your decision.
Time for my monologue. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve.
Straight into it.
I've had quite a few mixed emotions about Platinum Trophies over the last 9-10 months.
Steve, what did you do yesterday?
Yeah.
I can't say it's dark things. It'll be taken off YouTube. It's first episode, man. We can't be going into
This is my goddamn monologue, boys. We're about to hit some feels here. God, just brace yourselves. I made a video about 4 or 5 months ago on my main channel about like why, kind of how I was feeling about the whole thing at the moment, and I felt like games that were coming out, developers making the AAA games, like Ubisoft, first-party PlayStation games, they were just kind of extending the life of a game through trophies. They weren't making the trophies rewarding, they were just basically making them really easy, but also then making it so it requires a lot of time to beat. So you're looking at like maybe 30 hours to beat a game, and then even 20 hours of cleanup, 10 hours of cleanup. You just felt like you were just in the game, you were just going through the motions, and it felt like it really dawned on us. I had like an epiphany that I was like, this is a waste of time. And when I played Fallout 76, it was the last platinum I got in May. Like, I actually really like that game. This is the thing, I'm really torn about it because the base game's rubbish, but they've improved it so much that it's actually a really good game now. However, to get the platinum, you have to do all the story stuff from the base game. So doing all the story stuff and going for the plat just highlights how bad it still was. So you still get the experience, basically, of the game at launch if you go for the platinum. And it's so bad. And I was just doing so many just clean up, and I was like sitting being like, okay, I want to make a video on this. I've got another 10 hours of grinding to do before I can make the video. What a waste of my time. And I think that's like when the pin dropped, and I was like, would I have been enjoying this if I wasn't actually making videos on it? And I was like, well, I don't think I would have, but I think I would have done it anyway. And I think it just made us realise that like time is really precious, and I don't want to be, I'm not vibing playing games anymore I'm not vibing going for platinums or trophies if it don't seem worth my time. If it's like collectibles, nah, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm 1 trophy off Tunic. Tunic's quite an easy game. If you play it by yourself, it's about 6 to 10 hours figuring it all out. But the Platinums can be done in 3 hours if you use a full guide. So I used a guide a little bit when I got lost, but I didn't use a guide for the collectibles. So when I finished the game, there was like 15 collectibles to get, but I'd already got about, I think you need to get 10, I'd already got 7 or 8. And I was like, well, I have to now start a new game and do an entire playthrough with this guide, or just look at the map and try and find it and see if they're the ones I had or didn't have. And I saw my 98% completion. I just thought, I looked at it and I was just like, nah, I'm not doing it. Like, I don't want to waste 2 hours. It just does not seem worth my time. So I think, like you, I will definitely... I still want to get Platinums about games that I really like, but I'm definitely just at a stage now where I just want to play games. That's just how I feel. I just want to play games, have a good time, and I don't want to waste my time doing stuff that I just don't think's worth it. Like collectibles, and it's been very freeing. So I've been playing some MOBAs, so Smite, and that has obviously platinum and trophies. And I'm just looking at being like, well, I'm never going to get the trophies because it's just too much time. And if I do, it'll come naturally. So I'm just going to enjoy the game for 100 hours. That's probably got 100 hours before I unlock the next trophy. So I'm just going to sit back and have a good time with it. And it's been the most fun I've had gaming in actually years, I would say. Apart from, like, obviously there's been great times. So I had good times playing Fallout when I played with you and Ryan and other people, and playing like us when me and Joel did Elden Ring, and when we did Anthem, I still had a good time. Like my best experiences of playing games have come from playing with people or just experiencing the game. So I'm very much like Helldivers 2. And then when I discovered Tekken 8, I've got more Platinums than I thought I did because I did Tekken 6, 7, and 8, tag 1 and 2 for one video. So I got 5 Platinums in about 5 weeks. And I did Helldivers 1 and 2. And Helldivers 1 was really difficult, but I was doing it with somebody else, 2 other people. So again, we were just having banter, chatting, forcing each other to stay up really late because we're all in different time zones, and like just encouraging each other to keep going. And that was a good trophy hunting experience, Helldivers 1, because we all knew we had a big grind ahead of us, but we all like was a good little community between us. But single player wise, I just don't have the drive to go for anything. I don't have the drive to go for trophies after the game's over. Like I don't have the motivation to do any collectibles or anything like that. I'm more than happy to do the plats with people. So I've started Remnant 2, obviously Smite, a few other games here and there with people, which I really enjoy. So I think right now I'm in my multiplayer era with Platinums if they are attainable in a group, like working together. Because single player, nah.
Yeah, because the bounce is keeping it alive.
Yeah,
It's
literally.
that interactivity with other people, and just that keeps you motivated. As you say, it's kind of like a good analogy. Is probably like imagine playing Borderlands by yourself versus playing it in a group of 4.
I've done Borderlands 2
massively different, right?
by myself, and I don't like Borderlands anymore. It like did sour because the platinum again was really grindy. But yeah, playing with people is just like it's just a vibe. It's a good time. You have some laughs. It's great, and then you go for the platinum. You get a platinum alongside it, but if you don't, you still had those memories.
Exactly.
Those memories
and that bounce can turn a bad game into a good game.
Yeah,
a good experience, not a good game. The game is always trash.
Yeah.
It'll turn the memories into a good thing.
So it's like Fallout, like 76. Like I said, like I had a lot of fun playing it. And obviously I live streamed them as well, which obviously made them so much better. But every time I live streamed, I was like playing with yous and other people were coming in, and like that is actually I remember it quite favourably. It's just when I think back to the bad side of it was when I was doing the collectibles myself. I was doing the missions by myself, and I was just like, what the hell is this? So that's kind of where I'm at. I would say I'm still a trophy hunter, but I'm definitely just in a phase where I'm just taking a step away from putting the pressure on myself to want to beat certain games, because I'm just like, nah. Unless it's like a hard game and, you get like a bit of sense of achievement. But if it's like an easy-ish game that just takes you 50 hours, like Fallout, I'm just like, nah, really just can't. I don't see any accomplishment anymore. I feel like my dopamine response receptors to platinum trophies has actually diminished massively. I feel like I don't get the reward I got from it anywhere near as much as I used to.
Finished?
Yeah, for now.
So
Mike's back to centre.
Just add to that. I platinum Devil May Cry 5.
Took a while to get that in.
That's it.
Yeah, it's at least 15 minutes. That's deep. It's deepest you've ever been.
But yeah, I've waited 8 months to do this.
Yeah.
True, yeah, you've held off quite well.
I think getting those daily texts, to be fair.
Yeah.
Those voice messages.
Always custom gifts.
Yeah.
It's constant coming. But yeah, a controversial opinion, I think that's probably... Because a lot of viewers might be like, they're still in their prime era of peak, so they think that's the best way to hunt trophies, is still like hammering them out, but we've gone through that maturing phase.
Yeah, so like, in my honest opinion, get a life.
The mirror's there. Well, to be fair, he's looking at the air. He's looking at the.
That is a mirror.
I'm looking at myself.
He's looking at the camera recording. To be fair.
And that is a mirror.
Look at all three of us.
Yeah.
Just get a life.
Some hunks on there. Damn.
I am also. Have any of you done any like big online boosting sessions lately, where you've had like 50 hours of just like playing the game in the way it's not meant to be played to get trophies?
I've not done 50-hour boosting sessions
So,
in games, but
I've done a few things. So I did like Chivalry 2, which was pretty good. I loved that game actually. That was a couple of years. Actually, that was a long time ago. But I've done a few games where like hypothetically it's like PvP and you go in your private lobby and then you just take turns killing each other or something like that, or winning the game. So essentially you just stood there doing nothing idle while someone else works on their side of the trophy. And I know a lot of people, it's not a big community, but there's still a lot of people who do it, and I am so done with them now. Like, I don't think I'll ever, right now, I'm not going to say never, but I'm in a situation where I have no intention of boosting trophies anytime soon. I don't mind if it's like a little bit different, like you get someone to help you do it, of course, if it's co-op, but that's different to like, for example, we did Mordheim, we just took turns killing each other. Literally ran with someone, they then killed us, we then ran back, we then killed them. Like, did that for thousands of times. And it took 10, 20 hours, it was just like soul breaking. Even with friends, it was still tough. So, yeah, that's definitely, I'm not going to be embracing that side of
Jolly boys are going to sleep.
of the podcast, of the trophy anymore.
Well, what about extra special circumstances? Like, say for example, if you went into Platinum GTA 4, the multiplayer is absolutely gone now, so you'd have to boost it the entire way. Would that be enough if you really wanted that for nostalgia because you loved that game, or would you still be like, nah?
Well, like I said, never say never. I don't plan on doing anything like that for the next 6 months. Don't plan on jumping to GTA 4 anytime soon, that's for certain. So, yeah.
no, I think that ship's sailed now. GTA, for me anyway, GTA 4.
Well, you got banned for doing GTA 5, so
Yeah,
you GTA 4.
You got some PTSD there. I mean, I want to do GTA 4 because I loved that game back on 360, so I'm going to do it. But that boost is, considering the stage we are maturing now, I'm not looking forward to that, and I'll probably spread it over like 5 months just to reduce how horrible it's going to feel.
Yeah.
Fair.
I think, although we've all, like, our opinions have kind of matured a bit away from trophy hunting, and that's obviously the Platinum podcast, it's not to say that we're still obviously gamers, aren't we? And it's just like our style has matured, so it's not like an overly negative thing. I think it's just we're all being a bit self-reflective here.
I think what it comes down to is we realise there's more to life
Yeah, we've got busier.
than getting digital achievements.
Yeah.
It's not that we don't like him anymore.
No,
it's
it's
just
not that
we've got to choose quality. We've got to be selective.
Yeah.
You have a list of things to do, and then like you have to prioritise. And when you're our age, you kind of like trophy hunting is not a very high priority.
I think obviously with life, not get deep, boys.
Let's go.
You give
Love it deep.
meaning. Obviously comes from you can give meaning to anything in life. So I don't think we're not saying that we're not looking down on anybody or anything like stupid like that. So you give meaning to things, and they're the things that matter to you, right? And I think for me definitely, it just came a bit where I just wasn't getting the same fulfillment from the time I was putting in. Like there would have been a time when I did Elden Ring, I was so happy. It was like 100 hours, loved it, and I was proud of it. But like, I just think it's not quite as rewarding as it was for me at the moment. Obviously, lives change, and it's just not. Just doesn't give the same back at the minute. But I don't think that's a slight on trophy hunting as a general. So
no,
put that in.
You do you. Just get a life.
Yeah.
It's not easier than done. Okay.
He's almost there.
Right. So we normally start the podcast with like what we've been up to and what games we've been playing, but upon some criticism from
Certain Irishman.
Yeah, mainly Adam McDermott.
Yeah,
just rubbish.
Criticism from just one person.
Yeah, every day, every time I met him, he's like, get rid of this from the podcast. We decided we're gonna every now and then we're gonna put it in at the end of an episode or towards middling or whatever. So because it's the first episode back, we're gonna do it now. So,
sorry, Adam.
what games have we been playing?
I'm not sorry.
Guyfarruski, what games have you been playing lately?
Batman.
Batman.
Batman Arkham Knight.
How's it
And
going?
to be fair, it was enjoyable. But now I'm kind of like at that point where I need to do that brutality trophy. And that's kind of pissing me off a bit.
Every time I watch one of your streams, there's always like this. I can see behind your eyes that you're just dead inside.
Yeah. It's because it's a game I played already.
It's difficult as well, isn't it? Though.
Yeah, it's pretty tricky to do it.
It's DLC trophies, right?
It's not Devil May Cry 5. Like, don't get me wrong.
What is?
Nothing really. But
Devil May Cry 6.
I can't wait. But yeah, it's just a bit. You can like pause it between your combos, but then that throws you off a bit. Well, it throws me off anyway. And like there's a lot going on. And again, I just want to have fun.
Yeah,
like,
it's hard when you got like press square and then press X, and then press square again, and then press circle,
and then circle.
Yeah, it's difficult. That's tough.
We're too old for that now.
No,
yeah, I just X will do.
Do you actually think you've got worse at gaming as you've aged?
No, I think I've gotten less patient.
I don't think I've got worse.
I don't think I've got worse.
I don't either.
I think I've actually got better. Like, I can pick up a new game and get used to it fairly fast, but then I've got less patience if I'm consistently failing. If there's like a hard section or like a section that you need to get a bit more better at, I think I have less patience. So not to the point where I'm like raging, but to the point where I'm just like I just can't be bothered. So I just like nah.
Well, I mean, I've got some similarities there. Like when I was younger, I think I'm better now. Just like you guys, I think it's a common like notion like you get worse as you get older at games. Your reaction times slow down, all that kind of stuff. I don't care if there's science behind it. I call bull. Because, I mean, I've got better over the years in normal games, multiplayer shooters. There's games I couldn't complete 15 years ago that I can smash now, no problem. And I'm like, that's better. But I will say, unlike you, I said I was more the opposite. I had little patience when I was younger, and I was always raging and, like, throwing controls at walls and, you know.
Oh, no, I had less patience in the term. Like, I used to rage a lot when I was younger.
So basically, your rage has gone down, but
I would still carry on. Like, I wouldn't rest until.
So you raged, but now you rage quit.
Just quits.
I just quit. Yeah, There's rage isn't
rage anymore.
No,
it's
it's
indifference.
just I get a bit like arsey. Like I get. This game's shit.
This game's terrible.
And then I just turn it off.
Well, yeah, I was just rage quitting back then and raging, but now I'm just like I've got a lot of patience for it. I can just stand a lot of punishment now because it's like I'm not letting this bother me. Unless it's a certain goat. Other than that, you know, my controllers may die.
I don't think I agree with you, Steve. I don't think I've gotten worse at gaming. I think I don't know if maybe the reaction time obviously does dwindle as you get older. But I'm only 30, so I'm peaking, bruh. But I think I've realised that my awareness and knowledge of games and how games work is so much higher. So I can pick games up faster. An example is like we've been playing Joel's been playing Lies of P at mine, and I've just been watching him play. And it's like when I've been watching the enemies attack and stuff, I've been like, well, as soon as it's start animation, you kind of can forward think as to like how big the arc's going to be, how far you need to move back, and when you need to move back. Whereas 10 years ago, when I was younger, maybe like 12 or 13, like you just don't understand that. So you're wondering why you keep getting killed by certain enemies because you're not like you don't understand the movement patterns. But when you've played so many games, it's really hard to make new movement patterns for characters in different games, right? They all follow very similar tendencies and rules of gaming. So, like when you were facing that boss this morning, I was looking at going, well, yeah, I can kind of determine how far his attack's going to be through his swing and stuff. Obviously, Joel was getting pinged, obviously, massively.
I should have just passed you the controller.
Should have done, mate. I mean, obviously, it's easier to say it when you're watching, but my point is that, like, these are things that I would never have understood 5 years ago. So even if my reaction time's gone down since like to now to 5 years ago, my understanding of games has improved. So like it's probably balanced out, or if not made it better.
I don't feel it has gone down though.
I don't either, but if it
personally, I don't feel like my reaction time has gone down.
Nah, neither for me. I think it's the same, if not better.
Yeah. I think maybe if you stop playing games for a long time and then you come back to them, I think you'd probably have to like adapt again. But I don't think the older you get, you know.
Maybe when you get to like 70 or something.
It's more muscle memory than anything else.
It is because
like after the time you pick up a game and like even if you don't know the control, like I skip the tutorial all the time.
Oh yeah.
You eventually you just pick it up. You just know because like Lewis said, like there's every genre now will follow the previous game because that's just the genre. Like Lies of P, for example, it's slightly different to Elden Ring and Bloodborne, but it's not that much different. Like it's a bit jankier. Like the enemies maybe delay a bit more, like before they attack, but it's not like massively different.
It's not innovative and new.
No, and even the controls are they're pretty much the same.
You saw me when I picked it up, I was just pressing the buttons and I'm like, right, this feels exactly like Bloodborne or a Souls game. I was like, this just feels like a new skin. It feels just I feel like I played this before. It's just a new game.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like, very similar.
I mean, I've not been run over in about 18 years, so I'd say my reaction times are getting better.
But, I mean, you are quite daring when you're crossing the road.
I mean, I jaywalk as a sport.
Yeah.
I challenge
good
riders
idea.
to hit me.
Yeah, like living life on the wild side.
Oh, yeah.
I think on the wild side, I think I should
The
talk
rifty
about.
side.
Oh yeah.
I think I should talk about games I've been playing, and then I'll bring it over to you. All right. So I have played quite a lot of games in the last 8 months. Like I got into Helldivers 2, fantastic
You're
game.
ranting again.
Yeah,
No, he's not taking the mic.
I'm not taking the mic. I really found a love for Tekken over this year, which I thought I hated fighting games. I don't. I just hate Street Fighter. I think I just don't like the mechanics. I think most of the attacks with the quarter spins and stuff are really complicated for beginners. Tekken doesn't have any of that, or if it does, it's very limited. But also playing on with an actual fight controller, it makes it, honestly, I can't even put into words. Just like the Hori stick, which has like this one. Oh my god, I can't reach it. Just this fighting stick, which only has one analog. I can't even put into words how much easier it makes fighting games. Like you literally get like 10% better.
What brand is it?
Hori.
Hori.
So Hori, if you need anybody to sponsor controllers.
To be fair, they gave me that controller for free, so I emailed them begging them, and they gave it. So props on them.
So Hori, this is a team effort.
Yeah.
So if you want to
2 more to go.
an extra 2, that'd be great.
So I really liked. I was blown away by how good Tekken 8 was. I played all of them. Tekken 8, absolutely fantastic, and I did generally struggle to. There's a time when I finished the game and I got the platinum that I was like had a good week where I just played the game for like an hour every day, like 4 or 5 games. I just didn't want to make videos. Just want to play a game. But now I'm massively addicted to MOBAs. So there's a Smite video on my main channel. I've been playing a lot of different MOBAs. Smite massively, and then the other game on console, Predecessor. But then on mobile, developed quite addiction to a little game called League of Legends, which I'm going to move on to Steve talk about because he shares said addiction.
Yeah, I mean, do you want me to start with the games I've been playing outside of Wild Rift first?
Can I do, buddy? Do what you want.
Well, other than that, I've been playing games like Chaos Gate, which is a Warhammer. I'm new to Warhammer. It's never been my thing, but there's a TV series coming soon, and I started to get into it. Hello, Digsy boy. Who's a good doggo? Yes, you were. Yes, you were. So we got into that, which is like an XCOM style gameplay, but just a bit more aggressive. You can't like camp and turtle. If you do, you're going to die. But I've not platinumed it yet, surprise, surprise, but I might go back to it because I did really enjoy it. I just got distracted behind Coaster. But after the Coaster, I've just started recently Jedi Survivor.
Oh, hey.
A game I've been planning to play for ages, I just didn't want to buy it. I was waiting for a sale, and then EA Play's like, we got you, boy, $3.99 a month, it's free. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. So yeah, I'm playing that now, and I can sense already, based on how I liked Fallen Order, I'm definitely going to platinum it. It's without a shadow of a doubt. All I know of it is that there's no missables besides a very small one early on, which I got out of the way.
A lot of collectibles, though.
There is, yeah, so it'll all come down to how much I'm enjoying it at the end, and if I still want to run around slicing droids up and stuff like that. And if I do, then I'll get the platinum. If I don't, I'll leave it there. And then we got onto Wild Rift, which is a big boy. Some League of Legends, some classic League.
Yeah, so it's like a dumbed down version of League of Legends. So it's like, it's not even a dumbed down that much, just like there's less items you can buy, but it's like a quicker version. So normal game's 45 minutes on the PC.
Yeah.
On mobile, it's like 15 to 20 minutes, would you say?
Yeah, about that. 15 to 25 minutes depending on your team compositions.
And we've really been sweating it. Like, we've played about 200 games in about 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Haven't we?
Well, you started before me, and then me and Ryan got onto it, and we've already like surpassed you in games.
Yeah,
That's how much we've been sweating.
Yeah, it was. I think I had about 50 games when you started playing it, and then you overtook us like in a week. I was like, God damn. We tried to get Joel on it last night.
Are you actually on it?
Yeah, I'm actually on it now.
He's downloading it now. He's addicted. I'm thinking about it now. I've been thinking about it all day.
Yeah.
So we tried to get Joel on it, and he didn't like it, did you, Joel?
Maybe it was because I was in a closet in the dark.
Well, no, we tried to make you play it normally in a nice, comfortable couch, but then you resisted and deleted the game, so we had to go to drastic measures.
Why would that make it better?
The fear.
Why would that make it better?
When I play League of Legends, I'm always in a constant state of fear, and I think you just didn't get it. So I had to like really enforce that on you. Because then when you win, you're not only are you a winner, not a loser, you're also no longer afraid, and that's what makes it even better.
You become fearless.
Yeah.
Find you fearless.
Right.
So sometimes I play when I'm like hanging off outside a window or.
Well, if you're constipated, it really helps. Gets things moving.
So,
Fair.
but I am going through a MOBA phase, and it's been quite long. And I obviously do. I've got ADHD. I hyper fixate on things, but It's been about 4 months, so it's pretty strong. I've actually preferred Wild Rift on a mobile game to more than Smite on the PlayStation and all sorts. I still haven't platinum Smite though, because it's a toughie. But
MOBA Bros. And you know what I think says more? The fact that there's no trophies or achievements or anything on there, yet we're playing that and probably playing it more than PlayStation games at the moment, and we're still having the time of our lives, which proves that.
So what's the point is what people in their life would be saying right now.
Yeah, but you know when you get that sweet win after 25 minutes, that's a better feeling than winning the trophy.
It's the competitive nature of it. Even on PlayStation, I played Apex Legends for about a year. I got all the basic trophies for it and it was done, but I was still playing the game because gaming ties with trophies nicely, but you don't need trophies to enjoy gaming. No. They enhance it, they can also ruin it. That's why you got to be really careful, like we've been saying. But you don't need trophies.
Yeah. I think if you're going to be... I think I am... I've definitely got a competitive side, which I don't think I have on all the time, but when I have to turn it on, I do want to win, and I think like being competitive with trophies was definitely part of it when I first started, but I feel like it's just so... To be competitive on anything, even when you're competitive against yourself in trophies, it just takes so long, doesn't it? Like, okay, I'm gonna get this trophy from me. I'm gonna get this platinum from me. You're looking at 80 hours, whereas like short multiplayer games, you can get that win in 15 to 20 minutes. So it's just like that's kind of what I've been like dopamine.
Yeah, it's
vibing over.
It's how much time you want to invest in a game. But I feel like a lot of people with trophy hunting is they feel like they have to invest that time.
Yeah, people get convinced they need to spend this time doing it, and it's like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
Pick your choices better. Choose games that you're going to enjoy. You can still get platinum, still get trophies.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing we're hunting platinum-wise in Wild Rift is the rank. That's literally what we're hunting.
Platinum, we're after the platinum rank, that's what we're after.
Almost there.
I got it right.
What rank are you there?
We're gold.
Gold.
Is that the one just before?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's like 4 stages. You got to win 4 per rank. So you got to win 16 games in a row to get promoted. I got a platinum. And I got lost 2 games straight in a row and got demoted again. It was a hard time.
Yeah, we're just trying to solidify that.
It was a rough road. I've recovered, sort of, So yeah.
Last night tells me otherwise.
Yeah, well, we've had a couple wins, had a couple losses.
Well, no, it did put us through a stage where we got beaten that badly, like separately playing opposite each other, where we literally got like 10 losses each in there and we got demoted. But that was actually a nice experience in a way, because then we were like, you know what, we don't care as much about stressing over this now, we're just going to play it and we'll get to it when we get to it. It's actually improved our overall experience getting beaten that bad.
Yeah. Now, although I think that me and Steve can talk about League of Legends for literally hours and hours and hours, I'm going to close this now.
Yeah.
Because the viewers literally probably watch this thinking, what the hell? I mean, if you obviously want to play League of Legends with us, you can add us on the game and we can play with you happily. But we'll move on. So we actually created a form that you could complete, and there's loads of different things you could ask us. We had like trophy hunting related questions. We had just random questions and gaming related. So I thought what we'll do is we'll just go through a couple of these questions to round out the next part of the podcast. So when we ask us a trophy hunting related question, loads of people got back, and one of them is, what do you hate more, extreme grind or multiplayer achievements on single player games? So I think like that we've got to think like Tomb Raider 1. The Last of Us, but it did have a really good multiplayer, but The Last of Us would fall in that category. Uncharted 4. But again, those 2 games had really good multiplayer, despite the fact that I didn't play much on Uncharted 4. It's a hard one, right? Because multiplayer achievements or trophies on a single player game tend to be more of a PS3 generation, early PS4. So if you go back and do them now, it's at the point where you need to boost them or you just can't get them. So that does become frustrating. But then extreme grind, talking like Monster Hunter levels, we're talking like 200 hours plus.
Not your normal grind, just extreme.
I think if they're the same, if it's like, would you rather do 200 hours of boosting multiplayer or 200 hours of an excessive grind by yourself, I probably would choose the grind.
Same.
You could just put some films on and stuff like that. But if we're talking like 50 hours boosting or 250 hour grind, I would always choose whatever's shorter.
Yeah, what's the most painless? Like, I was going to say the grind myself, and then once you mentioned, it's extreme, not a normal grind, and the grind's already bad, but extreme. Oof. So I think with that, I would, if it was like, 50 hours on multiplayer, even if it's playing it naturally or boosting, it might be boring or it might just be annoying, but I'd probably choose that shorter path of least resistance as opposed to playing 200 hours grinding out collectibles, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to go with, or kills or whatever, I'm just going to go with the lesser painful option.
First of all, what kind of a question is that? That's like, what, why? That's like asking, would you rather lose your right eye or would you rather lose your left eye? There's no win. There's no... What do I hate more? I hate them both. I hate them both as much as each other.
You have to pick one, buddy.
I don't know.
I think you don't come across as many multiplayer achievements in single player games anymore.
I'd probably go for the multiplayer achievements just because you can boost them.
Yeah, I think if I was looking at it now, I think I've been put off more by extreme grind. So if I look at the game and I go, oh, it's 200 hours to platinum, and you've got in the game's 30 hours to beat, that's a lot of time. It's a hard no for me.
It also depends on the grind as well. For example, there's Dragon Ball FighterZ grind, which is you have to be present and you have to do the same thing over and over again to grind for the Zenny. And then there's the Injustice 2 grind, which you can get the AI to do it for you.
Yeah.
There's different types of grind. Like if it's between those two, then I'd choose the Injustice 2 because I was just having the AI doing it whilst I was doing something else, and I'll just press an X every now and then. Who comes up with these questions?
I suppose it's like you're asking this question as well in a perfect world scenario where the multiplayer servers will never go offline and it's always going to be obtainable. If it wasn't obtainable, I probably would choose the grind.
But that's another reason why I choose multiplayer, because then I have a reason to be like, well, that's why I didn't get it.
That is a good point.
It's not available
it's not my
anymore.
fault. Just they took the servers offline. It's not a skill issue at all. It's them.
It's the developers' fault.
Next question. If you hold on, it doesn't make sense. I'm going to paraphrase this one because
No, don't say it as it is.
Read it like a man.
I'll read it as it says. If you asked right now to platinum a live service game right now, which would you pick?
I would pick right now.
Right now, I pick Anthem. Suicide Squad. If you asked to platinum a live service game, currently, right now, what would it pick? What would you choose?
What are the live service games?
I know what I would pick.
Avengers.
I already know, so I'm going to go with
Helldivers.
Oh, Helldivers 2 is not live service. I wouldn't say.
When you say class, that's what I'm pretty sure they classify it as that though. I'm pretty sure they advertise it.
I'd obviously pick that one then.
Does Suicide Squad, like you said?
Destiny 2 is what I'd pick. Destiny 2 is a platinum I've actually wanted for a long time, and I don't think I'm going to get it. I don't think I will. I think Destiny 3 is coming out, and I think I'm just going to jump on then, because it's obviously quite hard, and it's one of those games that's actually become harder as they've updated the game. So a lot like the trials and stuff that you have to do at the end game, which made the game like a 5 out of 10, are now like an 8 out of 10 because you need like a full team of whatever the max size is, 4 or 5. I haven't got the platinum, so I'm obviously, I've read into it a little bit, but it's like an 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10 now. But you need to recruit people who are... You can't just go, oh, Steve's going to come in and help us do this really hard raid on Destiny 2. It's like, no.
You definitely can.
It's like, Steve's going to come in and help me do this raid in Destiny 2. You have to play the game for 80 hours first and understand how it works and have the right loot. So, like, you need to have a dedicated team. But I think it would be a great platinum to have. And I've dipped my toe in a little bit on Xbox because you can transition your characters over. So I'm just like, in that case, I might just play it on Xbox. And if I want the platinum, I can just carry the character over. But Destiny 2 for me.
Well, I suppose the question is, does that include ones we've already got? So we can't pick ones we've already got before. If it's ones you've already got before, I'd also choose Destiny 2, but I've got both Destiny Platinums.
Oh, do you? Oh, well, you can jump in and help us.
I can, yeah.
Oh, you can, excellent. Perfect, in that case. Not Warframe.
Nah, Warframe was good, but there's no Platinum, so it ruins it, you know? But no, in all seriousness, I'd probably, if I had to choose a game that I have not got the Platinum on, but yeah, I don't know, I'd probably choose Suicide Squad maybe? I know it's supposed to be bad, but it's kind of like...
I'd probably choose Suicide Squad just because I haven't played it.
And then we could play it together, couldn't we?
Yeah, it's a tame live service, to be fair. It's like... It's still not that long. All you've got to do is play the game, beat the story, which takes like 15 hours. 3 hours, 4 hours. Oh. Alright, we're a little overheating for the camera. Dex is climbing my face now, which is great. As I was saying about Suicide Squad, you know, the game's only 20 hours to beat, and then the grind is only about 30 hours. It's like, it doesn't feel as live of service. It's an abandoned live service game, that's the thing, even though it's only been out for a year now. No, it came out in Feb, so it's been out 6 months. It's been massively abandoned, so it's actually, in terms of live service games go, it's quite a quick one. So, you could do it. And
I'd choose Suicide Squad then.
And we could do it together.
Plus, if you like, basically, you have to like, there's the end game levels, right? And you have to get level 25. So you do one, when you do an end game mission level 1, you then unlock level 2. You have to do it on level 2, so it's harder. You not level all the way up. If you know someone who's level 25, like me, you don't actually have to play 25 missions to get that high. You would struggle because of the fact that the game gets really hard, but you probably could just play it like level 6 or 7, get someone come in, do a level 15 mission with you, get your level 15 mission gear, then level 20, and then you could probably just do it. So actually, the grind's probably only about 15 hours, 10 hours, if you have someone who's already got that level unlocked.
Hint.
So
Hint.
I could pick up me Boomerang, be Captain Boomerang again, and I mean the game is goodish. Parts of it are good, parts of it are shocking, but the gameplay itself is pretty good. It's just everything else.
Yeah.
So-
So we're Suicide Squad.
So that's the answer. All right, last question. Have you guys gotten a new favorite platinum trophy since we last seen you?
No.
No.
Tekken 8 is probably not my favourite, but Helldivers 2 as well. I think those two games I played earlier on this year. When I played Helldivers 2, I would have literally hand on my heart said, Helldivers 2 is Game of the Year of 2024. I think it's absolutely fantastic. But then I played Tekken 8 a month later, and now I generally can't decide which game I think is going to be Game of the Year for me. I mean, I know there's more coming out, big games coming out, of like Space Marine stuff's coming out, and I think that might take it. But at the time, I was like, these games are both of them so good. The Platinum trophies are fantastic. Maybe Helldivers 2, I don't know. Like Helldivers 2's Platinum was such a good time.
It was really good. I mean, that was my favourite from this year. So
So
That was my favourite from this year.
you definitely haven't got the Platinum.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't. I've not even
Yeah.
played it.
but he's watched our videos. So
Yeah,
you know.
so it's basically experienced.
I've experienced it twice, really.
yeah.
We both did a video on it. That's how good it is. We both
Yeah.
did a video on the Platinum trophy.
Yeah. And how rare do you see that?
Yeah, exactly. How rare do you see Steve do a video? Do you know what I mean?
Especially, yeah.
All right, I think because the camera keeps dying, we should wrap it up.
Let's.
And let's thank everybody for watching this episode 1 of series 2 of the Platinum Podcast on its own channel. Yes,
And for your patience.
yes, for waiting. We just had to take a break because, well, we just had so much on. I had so much on. I was really pushing the channel, my other YouTube channel, and it just it was hard to find the time, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I've just been stuck in theme parks all year, so it's been rife.
And I've just been stuck in a closet.
So
But tell your friends, tell your wives, tell your husbands about the channel.
your
and,
sisters,
Cousins,
subscribe.
yeah.
you bit on the side, everyone.
Yes, don't forget to like, subscribe for more podcast bro stuff.
Yeah.
Broski's Platinum Podcasting.
We're going to treat you mean, keep you keen, and they're going to keep coming.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye-bye.